Hi, I'm Scott Turner Schofield with the GLAAD Media Institute, and I'm here to talk with you about the power of storytelling. Our stories have the power to change hearts and minds. I'm here to show you how to use that power to accelerate acceptance for the LGBTQ community. The best stories don't have to be super dramatic. They just have to be authentic, drawn from your personal experience.
So I started my transition in 2012. I joined the military in 2004. It was a really difficult time. I was still serving under Don't Ask, Don't Tell, but I was able to be a part of that repeal. But the repeal did not include trans service members.
A story that can be a real light bulb for someone else has three main elements: a challenge, a choice, and an outcome. First, the challenge. You're just living your life when something challenges you.
For a period of 7 weeks after I came out my sophomore year, I used the men's room with no issue, and things were fine. It looked like I was going to have a normal high school experience where I was supported as any other student was. But obviously things didn't continue to go that way, and I was barred from the men's restroom.
In response to the challenge, you made a choice. Tell us what you decided to do and why you decided to do it. Your choices make your values really clear.
They debated whether or not I was to use the men's room there, and then they ultimately decided I was not able to, and then I got in contact with the ACLU and we put things in motion.
As a result of this choice, you got an outcome. Maybe everything worked out perfectly. Maybe it didn't, but you learned something major. Or maybe you're still waiting for an outcome, which is why you're advocating for a change. A really impactful story ends with a goal. It can be something big picture, like, that's how I learned to accept LGBTQ people, and I hope you can too. Or end your story with a specific call to action, like, please vote, or tweet this out, or contact your local leaders. The goal and the call to action become the moral of your story, compelling your audience to act. Now, you've got your plot all laid out. To really connect with people, you've got to make it personal and compelling. Add some details. Paint a picture for us. Where were you when all this went down? What did you see and hear? Don't worry about adding a lot of statistics. Your personal example can feel much more persuasive than a bunch of stats.
I realized actually I was queer when I was 4 years old. And at the time, there were Sears catalogs, JCPenney catalogs, and I would flip the pages and I'd kiss every female and say, she's pretty. And my mom comes in, and I kept doing it because it was the most innocent, honest, authentic expression of who I was. And then she said, don't do that.
Bring your personality into it. Add a funny observation to diffuse the tension, or let yourself feel the emotion you felt in that moment. You get to control the story. You don't want anyone to feel bad for you. You just want them to learn from your experience. Here's the tough part. You have to keep it succinct. People generally have an attention span of about 90 seconds, which means I probably lost you back around call to action. You want to tell your story in about 2 minutes and save your TED Talk for next time. Think about the stories that have changed you, whether you heard them from a friend or saw them on the news. Then start building your own. Practice what you want to say, and your story can be a powerful tool that reaches and teaches, fosters understanding, and accelerates acceptance. Learn more about storytelling and so much more at an upcoming GLAAD Media Institute training. Go to glaad.org/institute to register. The end. You don't actually have to say that at the end. I was just doing it for fun.